Hey guys, my name is Cartoonz and welcome to my second video on the Razer Academy. What I'm going to be going over right now is I'm going to be going over Frost Mage macros, and I'm going to be giving you all of my macros list for you to be able to use in arena and PvP in any situation to be able to further yourself as a better mage. So let's go ahead and get started with the content. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with my first macro, and what this macro is the Ice Block macro, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to get out of your ice block a lot faster than it normally would with the default ice block button. So I'm going to alter time here just to get the hypothermia off so I can use ice block again. But I'm going to alter time, and I'm going to use the macro. And then as you can see, I got off really fast, and then I'm going to alter time out, and I'll have hypothermia off. And then I'm going to hit the regular ice block macro. I'm going to be spamming it, and I'm going to show you just how long it takes. As you can see, it takes about 1 second to 2 seconds to be able to get out when I was spamming the button on both sides. And you can see a significant difference from the ice block macro to the actual just ice block button. So I recommend using this. It allows you to be able to jump in the air, use your ice block, and get out before you even hit the ground. So go ahead and get this macro down. And for my second macro, what this does is it allows me to cast Icy Veins and use my 13 slot, which my 13 slot is my damage trinket. This is very beneficial, and it allows you to basically hit 2 buttons in one and pop some offensive cooldowns for you to be able to do a lot of damage. So pretty simple. For my third macro, I'm using the Deep Freeze modifier. And what this does is when I hold down shift and hit my 5 button, which is my normal deep freeze, it will focus deep freeze the target. It won't hit my normal target, it will hit the freeze target. So if I were to use this Cleft Hoof and then put it on focus, it's my focus target, untarget him, I'll target this Elic, and then get a Fingers of Frost proc off this Elic. As you can see, I'm still targeting that Elic, but I'm near this Cleft Hoof. I'm going to hold down shift and push 5, and then it deep freezes the Cleft Hoof on my focus target. It basically allows you to hit 2 targets at the same time instead of just having to retarget every time. Pretty simple though. My fourth macro is the Fire Blast macro. I know that this is pretty similar to the Deep Freeze macro, except for you replace it for Fire Blast. It allows you to do the exact same thing as the Deep Freeze macro and just hold down shift and hit 4, and then it will Fire Blast your focus target. And what that does is it's basically like if there was a reflect or a grounding totem and I just want to get it off, I just hit that button with the shift focus, and it just gets the grounding off of the shaman so I can CC him, or gets the reflection off of the warrior so I can CC him, or what have you. It's pretty useful, so go ahead and use it. And for my fifth macro, what we're using here is a Spell Steal macro. And what this does is I have it so it casts Spell Steal on the target and then cancels the aura, which is Hand of Sacrifice. And what Hand of Sacrifice is it is a paladin ability to sacrifice damage whenever somebody hits me, it sacrifices their health as well. And this is bad because when that happens and you sheep a target, you polymorph a target, or anything gets CC'd on that paladin, that damage that is being sacrificed to him will break that CC, and it's very bad. So you want to cancel Hand of Sacrifice whenever you spell steal it instantly off of a enemy target. You do not want it to be on yourself. And for my sixth macro, what we're looking at here is the Polymorph macro, and what this does is it is the exact same thing as my Deep Freeze and Fire Blast macros from before. It is a modifier for shift. Whenever I hold down shift and hit J, I know J is a weird bind for polymorph, but it's what I use, it's what I've always used. But when I hold down shift and hit J, I am able to polymorph my focus target without targeting him. It's very strong, and then not holding down shift will let me polymorph my regular target. It's very helpful, and it solidifies it down to 1 button instead of 2 for having a focus target macro button and a regular polymorph button. It's all in one. So. Oh, also I want to note that I also added this little thing right here is pet follow for the polymorph. And what this does is it stops your pet from attacking, so it doesn't break your polymorphs whenever you're using it on a target. And for this one right here, it is my remove curse macro. And what my remove curse macro does is it allows me to mouse over a target. Like as you can see, my mouse is on the water elemental right now, and when I do this, I can shift W, which is my decurse bind, and it will automatically decurse him. I don't have to target him and then do it. I can just decurse him, and then when you don't mouse over anything, it just does it to yourself. So that's pretty beneficial. And my second last macro is the Counterspell macro. This is again another focus modifier. I use it for 4 spells. It's Deep Freeze, Fire Blast, Polymorph, and Counterspell, which is the last one. And this allows me to modify, hit Shift T, and then it will counterspell the focus target, and then if I just hit T, it will just counterspell my regular target. So that's very strong, and I hope that you will use these modifiers because they are very, I mean, I use them all the time, so I mean, it's pretty worth it. It really does help solidify and simplify all of my bindings. And my last but not least is Frozen Orb, and I use this because most of the damage you put out is when you use your Frozen Orb. Like, you get all of your Ice Lance procs, you get your Frozen Orb damage at that, and you usually are using Frozen Orb last in your rotation for damage, which I will do in a future video, is the damage rotation for Frost Mages. But normally when I hit Frozen Orb, I usually deep freeze the target, and then I automatically will use this macro, and it uses my damage trinket and puts Frozen Orb at the same time. So my Frozen Orb does more damage, as well as all my Ice Lances I'm getting from the Frozen procs as well will get more damage, and I think it's a pretty strong one. I just started using it and I'm pretty happy with it. So it's just /use 13 and then /cast Frozen Orb. But that does sum it up for me, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. Again, my name is Cartoonz and I'm new here on the Razer Academy, so I do hope to get some support from you all, but that does sum it up for me today, and I will see you next episode. Cartoonz out.